Okay, so now if we go back to using our guide, which I erased, square root 3 equals 3 to the 1/2, right? 1 from the inside, 2 from the outside. You're gonna apply the same thing here, okay? Let me show you how to do it. First, what I would do is just to help you, let's write the invisible ones, okay? It's this thing multiplied by this thing. This thing has a 3 on the outside, this has an invisible 2, so let's put the 2 there to help us. So let's write all of these terms with their fractional exponents. We have x to the 3/2, right, because it's 3 over 2. Y to the 2/2, so it's 2 over 2, times x to the 1/3, which is 1 over 3, and y to the 1/3 because of 1 over 3, okay? And then you just combine your bases. So you have x to the 3/2 plus 1/3, and y, 2 over 2 is 1, times y to the 1/3, okay? Then let's just find our common denominators. We have, this is 6, so this is 9, this is 6, so this is 2. So you have x to the 11/6, and y, 1 is 3 over 3, right? So you have y to the 4/3. And that's your answer. You just have to be careful about how you're writing your fractions, and then be careful about how you're adding them together. And if you need to do that like on a separate section to add them together to find your common denominators, go ahead and do it. It's all about how comfortable you are with doing that. Okay, let's do the same thing over here. Let's put our invisible 1. So let's write our fractions. X to the 5/3, y to the 3/3, because this over this and this over this, times x to the 1/4 and y to the 5/4. Okay, and then just add them together. We have x to the 5/3 plus 1/4 and y to the 3/3 plus 5/4. Okay, common denominator is going to be 12. This will be 20. This will be 3. So it's x to the 23 over 12. And y to the 3/3 is 1, so it's 4/4, 9/4. Okay, go ahead and do your practice. I'm just going to read the answers to your practice after you're done with it, because really it's all about following the process. There isn't anything new in these examples, but you can always ask me if you need any help with them. So go ahead and stop your video and do your practice, and then let me read the answers to you. Letter A is -2 times square root 21 over 7. B is 26 square root 15 over 15. And C is 7 to the 3/4. Okay? So if you got those wrong, go back and see if you just made a little mistake. But if you're not understanding the process, then let me know. Okay, look at lesson 47. If you do your conversions like I taught you how to do them, then these are going to be super simple, because it's all about canceling out your numerator and denominator of your units and getting what you need, okay? So look, it says that they want to convert 42 inches per second to miles per hour, which means you're going to be converting inches to miles and seconds to hours. So how are you going to set that up? First, you put 42 inches over seconds, right? Because it really equals 1 second. You can put the 1 there if you need to, but we don't really need to. I'm going to convert the inches first. Let's get rid of inches and get into miles. You got to pick one to do first. So I'm going to put inches on the bottom here. I can't go inches to miles, but I can go inches to feet. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. So now we canceled out our inches. Now we have feet. Now we have to cancel out our feet to get miles. There's 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So now we cancel out our feet and we have miles. So we're good there. Now we need to get from seconds to hours. You put your seconds on top because this is on the bottom, so that's the only way you're going to be able to cancel them. There are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Now we have to get rid of minutes. To get hour, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now what are we left with? We're left with miles over hours. We have 42 times 60, because that's all the stuff on the top. over 12 times 5,280 times nada, okay? So that is your answer right here. And you do not have to multiply all of those together, okay? Now we're gonna do 480 miles per hour to feet per second. I'm gonna do a different color so you can see it. Let's go 480 miles on top, hours on bottom. I'm gonna get rid of miles first to feet. That's gonna be an easy one because you can go directly 5,280 feet in 1 mile. We got rid of feet, we got rid of miles, we have feet. Now we're gonna go into seconds. Hours, there's 1 hour and 60 minutes. Get rid of hours, now we need to get rid of minutes. Put minutes on top because it's on the bottom. There's 60 minutes, 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So then that means our answer is 480 times 5,280 over 60 times 60. Okay? Let's look at example 3 really quick. So if you focus on canceling your units and you really cross them out, then you shouldn't have any trouble with them. You have 15 inches per second equals how many yards per hour? So you have 15 inches per second. Let's get rid of inches first. Put inches on the bottom because it's on the top already. I'm gonna go straight into yards because if there's 3 feet in a yard and there's 12 inches in a foot, that means there's 36 inches in 1 yard. So I got rid of inches and I already have yards, and now we need to get rid of seconds. So put seconds on top because it's on the bottom. 60 seconds, 1 minute. Then get rid of minutes. 60 minutes, 1 hour, okay? And we got rid of 6 minutes. So now we have 60 times 60 over, it was 15 times 60 times 60 because I forgot that, over 36. Or 12 times 3 like the book has. Either one, okay? Now let's go into 4 and 5, which is just a continuation of lesson 46. It says in example 47.4, let's see if you recognize what you might have to do before you do the process from lesson 36. Do you see one thing that you could do first? Simplify the 27, right? Okay, that 27 can be written with a 3 as its base. Remember, 3 to the third equals 27. So that's what they want you to do first. They want you to find what you may be able to simplify first. So I'm going to do that, 3 to the third times square root 3, right? Now I'm going to write everything as a fractional exponent. Put my parentheses here. This is going to be 1/3 on the outside. 3 to the third times 3 to the 1/2, right? Okay, so now I'm going to apply. You can do one of two things. You can combine this first, or you can apply your fractional exponent. I'm gonna combine this first this time, okay? So 3 with a common denominator with 2 is going to be 6. 6 times 3 is 18. This is going to be 6, and that's 3, right? So then I'm going to add those together. It's going to be 3 to the 21 over 6. Ooh, that was really dumb, you guys, wasn't it? Because I could have just done it with a a common denominator of 2. Let's just do that and make life easy on ourselves, don't you think? So it's going to be common denominator of 2 is going to be 6 over 2 and 1 over 2. Duh. So it's going to be 3 to the 7 over 2 times 1/3. So now you're going to multiply your 7/2 times 1/3, and that's going to give you 3 to the 7 over 6. And that's our answer. 3 to the 7 over 6. Now, if you go back to how we did it in the first lesson, which was apply this first, you would go 3 to the third times 1/3 is going to be, 3 times 1/3 is 1. So it's going to be 3 to the 1. And then 1/2 times 1/3 is going to be 1/6. Then when you add 1 plus 1/6, that's going to be 6 over 6, which equals 3 to the 7 over 6. So you're still going to get the exact same answer. Okay? Let's look at example 5. We have 6 on the outside, square root of the 4 and of the 2, okay? Can you simplify this 2? No, but can you simplify this 4? Yes, it's going to be 2 to the 2, right? So let's write it again. We have 6 and then 2 to the 2 times, I'm just going to do this one already, 2 to the 1/2, okay? And let's just erase this, put our parentheses to the 1/6, okay? I'm going to combine it first. Let's put our common denominator as 2, so this is going to be 4, so that means it's going to be 2 to the 4 plus 1 is 5/2 times 1/6, so that's going to be 2 to the 5/12. And that's our answer. Okay? Go ahead and stop your video, and then I'm going to read you the answers to your practice. Make sure you can do C and D, but I'm not going to do it here with you because it's all about canceling out your units. But I will do A and B with you. Okay, 47A is going to be 4 to the 7/6. B is 3 to the 5/12. C is 85 times 60 times 60, and D is 207 times 5,280 over 60 times 60. So look at letter A is 364 square root of 4. Well, this is cute because you can write, well, first of all, this is just 2, right? Now, 64, I wonder if you're going to be able to do that. Let's just write this, let's just keep this as 4. Because look, you're going to have to write this as 4 times, you're going to have to write this as 4 to the 3rd, okay? 64 is going to be 4 to the 3rd, and then times 4 to the 1/2. With the parentheses of 1/3 on the outside. I'm going to combine these two together, so it's going to be 6 over 2, so it's going to be 4 to the 7/2 times 1/3, which would be 4 to the 7 over 6. And that's how they got that. So they almost tricked you on that one because automatically I wanted to make this a 2. But then when you go back here and your only base that you can make that is 4, you have to keep this as a base of 4. So that's letter A. Letter B is going to be 6 on the outside, 9, and then 3. Okay, this one's a lot easier because this one's going to be 3 to the 2, right? So parentheses 1/6, and then 3 to the 2 times 3 to the 1/2. You combine 2 and 1/2, it's going to be 4 over 2, so it's going to be 3 to the 5/2 times 1/6, so that'd be 3 to the 5 over 12. And that's how they get that. But if you have any questions about your units and conversions and stuff like that, just let me know. Bye, have a good day.